Hello, welcome to Popalong RC, the RC car channel dedicated to RC car racing. And here on the channel, if you're a regular, you will know that I love myself a little bit of Tamiya racing. However, I'm also quite liking the rally racing. So on this side of the table, I've got two cars set up for running on road. So the suspension on these is super low. They're running slick tyres, and I've been running these at the local clubs. However, on this side of the table, I've got two rally cars with a lot more travel in their suspension, and these are for off-road. Now, so in a recent video, I put the XV-02 RS Pro up against the TT-01, and on that occasion, the TT-01 came out on top. However, I've got some plans as to how I can up the game of the XV-02, so that is work in progress. But today is all about these cars over here. The first car is the Tamiya XV-01. So we built this on the channel quite a while ago actually, and I haven't actually had the opportunity to run it. I wanted to run it at the track in the woods, and we do plan to get back there at some stage soon. However, we have been in discussions with the Mill End RC Car Club, and we are looking at potentially running a Popalong rally, and that will be any 1/10 scale rally car. We haven't really worked out rules and things like that, so watch this space on that one. It is literally in its infancy as we speak. It's little more than an idea. However, I've got a few rally cars, and we invite you guys to pop along and have a go. So first outing for the XV-01. This is a box stock car running the silver can motor, running e-tronics electrics, and it's actually running the Tamiya ESC in there. I think it's the TBL02. Pretty basic setup. With the silver can that's got in it, it is actually a 27 turn motor, and that is very slow, but what that did create is a lovely drive. We drove this at the Mill End track, and it was really easy to control, super smooth through the turns. Out of the three cars we took on the day, so we took this car, we took the PG Tips car, which is the LC Racing PTG 2, and we also took the Rlaarlo Rally car. Out of the three cars, this probably was the smoothest and most consistent around the track. This one, once you actually, because it had a lot more power in it, we're running 3S on this by the end of the day. With the 3S, with no gyro, just with budget electrics, so this has got e-tronics electrics and e-tronics servos in it, and an e-tronics handset. This car was going around really nicely, and it was giving the Rlaarlo a run for its money. Now, the Rlaarlo is a slightly overscale car, so it should look a little bit smaller than this based on the sort of shell design, but in actual fact it's as big as this car here, so it does look a little bit bigger, and it has a gyro fitted. When the gyro was switched off, these two cars became a lot more even on the track. But today I want to focus on the XV-01. With the XV-01, if we just pop this shell off, which I have to say looks absolutely stunning on the track, it really is a cracking looking shell. But if we take the shell off of this car, you can see inside here we've got the mud guards, which have been very helpful. That means there's not too much mud inside the chassis. In fact, all I can see at the moment is dust. What I'm thinking though, it was a little bit too slow. Now the options I've got is I could go up to a Core 21 motor in the front here, running the same ESC, or I could upgrade the ESC and potentially run a Core 15. I think that would be a really nice speed. Alternatively, we could take it and make it brushless. If I was to put brushless system in this, it would then be on par with the brushless cars like the Rlaarlo and the LC Racing car. Anyone that's running the XV-01, what do you suggest? Now, obviously this car is running the stock shocks that it came with. It is a belt-driven car. I haven't got any issues with the characteristics and the way it drove. Potentially, though, I would like a little bit more road clearance. It is running a little bit low. Looking at this, the shocks are pretty much stood up to the max at the back, and at the front, again, there's not a lot I can do there. So it might be I need to upgrade the shocks, get a better shock package, just to raise it up a little bit. But all in all, really happy with the XV-01. I think it looked fantastic on the track, and as I say, there is definitely room for improvement. So, where do we go from here? The PG Tips car is good as gold. I'm going to keep on running that as it is. No point really making any changes. I think the tyre's good, the grip's good. I could actually potentially upgrade the servo in this. Maybe it deserves a really nice Savox servo in there, give it something a little bit quicker, and also take it over to one of my proper radios. So potentially I could put a Spectrum receiver in here and I could run it on my Spectrum radio as opposed to the eTronics Ready to Run radio. Again, this car here is already set up with the Spectrum radio, as are all the other ones. So maybe that's the next step for this one. A little bit better radio, possibly a faster servo, and I think this PG Tips car is going to come into its own. So, where do we go next? What RC cars would you like to see on the channel like this? In terms of the Popalong Rally, are you interested? Are there people out there that want to do a Popalong Rally? We have thought about having multiple rally disciplines on the day, so we could do some more traditional racing like you'd see with the touring cars that we do, but potentially we could do some stage events where you have to run through a stage and it's timed with a stopwatch. We could also do, like in Europe, it's quite big, where you follow the cars round. There's lots of different options, so potentially we could have lots of people entering the rally and having multiple disciplines going off all over the place. So watch this space, and hopefully we'll see you trackside soon.